Sorry about that. You know, everyone has a special date, an important date that they'll never forget. A date I'll never forget is June the 22nd, 2005. It was a Wednesday. To be honest, I can't remember everything that happened that day. Well, it was all a bit of a blur, really, till the doctor said to me, "Have you ever heard of motor neuron disease?" Till that day, my life was pretty good. Normal, but good. I, like most men, know that I've got the best wife in the world, and it's true. Lucy. She is fantastic. We've been married 20 years now. We knew each other from school. Turns out we had a bit of a thing for each other even then. Though we didn't tell each other about it at the time. Well, you don't, do you? I'd like to think I was being macho and say, I knew she'd be mine in the end. But the truth is, I didn't. In the end, though, at a school disco, she came up to me, asked me if I wanted to dance. And I said, yeah, all right then. And that, as they say, was that. Oh, God. We'd been married 5 years when our world was complete with the patter of tiny footsteps in the form of our Jane. Then 5 years later with Sam. Perfect. Just like we talked about on those nights, cuddled up on the sofa when I asked the question, how many kids do you want? And would you prefer a boy or a girl? Turns out we both wanted the same thing. One of each. And they didn't disappoint. They are amazing. I know all parents say that, but it's true. Everything about them is everything I could wish for and more. There's nothing I wouldn't do for the pair of them. But I do wonder sometimes what they really think of their dad and what he's putting them through. What more can I do than say, I love you. It'll be all right. Up until a couple of years ago, I was an estate agent, and a blooming good one at that. I had some of the best figures in the area, but I had to give it up in the end, as I was just becoming too tired, and I just couldn't continue. But when I was working, to get away, we'd all go down to the coast. Our favourite spot was this little place in Devon called Chalabra. We'd always hire this lovely little cottage right on the cliff front with this great pub run by two friends of ours called Peter and Judith. We could have a nice quiet pint and the kids could play on the beach. Happy days. I wonder how they are. Anyway, to keep us going between these holidays, I used to gather all the family together. We'd all pile in the car and go for day trips to Bridlington. God, I could do with a trip now. We all could. How far could I get? I mean, I can't drive anymore, and, well, Lucy never learned. Everywhere she wanted to go, I used to take her. I was her own private chauffeur. God, I hate this. I feel so useless. tell Lucy that. Well, she's got enough on her plate. Do you know, I rely on her to do everything for me, and what do I do for her? Nothing. I don't know what I'd do without her. Well, especially after this last year where things have gotten worse with me breathing and these continual chest infections. I mean, the nurse last week said maybe I should get some other carers to come in. Like we haven't got enough comings and going round here. I know it's more work for her, but I prefer Lucy helping me. I mean, she understands me. She knows what I need. Look, don't get me wrong. Most of the people I've had to deal with have been great. Okay, there have been the odd one or two where I've thought, you're in the wrong job, mate. But like I say, most of them have been brilliant. But it's not the same as having Lucy do it. Where did this thing come from, eh? I sometimes think it's been watching me and waiting to pounce on me. Well, I say pounce. More like a gradual deterioration over the last 5 years. Starting with the cramps, and then the constant tiredness, and the clumsily dropping of things. And, well, I just thought at the time I was being stupid. And Lucy said maybe I should go and see the doctor. I thought he'd say, don't worry, Bill, just relax, take it easier, and everything will turn out all right in the end. How wrong was I? You know, over the last 5 years, you name it, I've had it. Blood tests, nerve condition tests, lumbar punctures, muscle biopsy, a TMS, an MRI scan. I feel like a rabbit in a lab. So, here I am then, not moving very far from this couch, with this pipe and this awful disease that's killing me and my family, and there's not a thing I can do about it. My friends have stopped calling round. It's not like we've fallen out, it's just, well, I don't think they know what to say. I mean, some of them just pity me, and, well, the others have just stopped coming round. Oh, they're like Peter and Judith. I had one here who just broke down, and I had to comfort them and tell them it was going to be all right. I mean, I know it isn't. I'd like to say I have MND, but it hasn't got me. The horrible truth is it has. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Lucy! Lucy!
Coming, love.
Take all your chances while you can. Never know when they'll pass you by. Like a sum the mathematician cannot solve. Like me, trying my hardest to explain.